Marriage in recent time have been a very controversial issue in our society, especially when it has to do with the financial status of the man or the woman. In the past, financial risk and threats wasn't a problem in marriages, but in recent time, this has been on the lips of everyone who intends to make marriage a goal. Don't look too far. This is Heart Diary, a platform where we discuss, share, and rub minds on issues that has to do with the heart. I am Esther Alexander. Good evening, before I forget my manners. And we're going to be discussing on a very important issue which I bring to you today. Why do men avoid getting married to successful women? You know, I won't be discussing this alone. I have important personalities who will join me in this conversation. Let me go get my guests. Stay glued to this channel. I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome three important personalities in the studio with me. They are experts in their various fields and will help discuss on this topic. I would like to start with the man because today we'll be talking about men and successful women. I have with me in the studio Dr. Kabiru Adamu. He has been a relationship expert for over 5 years, and that definitely means that he has a lot to say concerning this topic for today. Thank you very much for making it to the studio today.
Thank you for having me.
Alright, so and we also have Mrs. Munirat. She's a legal practitioner and has been a marriage counselor for 3 years in her own private firm. So you see, experts are right in the studio with me and they have a lot to say concerning this issue. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thanks for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the table will not be complete because there needs to be a single lady in the house that will tell us from her own perspective what this issue is all about. She is a veteran actress. She has been in the entertainment industry for a long time and her movies is all over the country. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Miss Tiger Okemuti. You're welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Men want submissive women that will dance to their tune and do their bid. But should that also include women not aspiring for their dreams? This question is directed to you, Mr. Kabiru Adamu. You have been a relationship expert, so what exactly do you think is the reason why men want submissive women, but yet they do not allow these women to aspire for their dreams?
Thank you for the question. So thank you for having me. Let me make something clear. It's normal for we African men to want our women to be submissive, in the sense that no man will want the woman to be disrespectful, no man wants the woman to be disobedient. But chasing your dream also doesn't mean that ladies, your wife is going to be disobedient. But where I'm going to channel my own expertise to is the fact that some ladies tends to be disobedient when they provide financial support to their family more than the man. Again, so I've had a lot of family and couples come to me over the days discuss these issues, and after providing support, financial support to their wife, and the wife ends up, because studies show that ladies are more smart. I'm not going to be biased about that. Ladies are more smart than men. So after providing support, financial support to the wife ends up becoming very successful and providing some of the finance, putting for the bills of the family, and over time she started being disobedient to the husband. Not directly or intentionally, but she's doing it unconsciously.
Alright, so are you saying that over time when a woman becomes successful, she diverts from being submissive to being disobedient? I'm trying to get it clear if being submissive is the same as being you not being submissive is the same as being disobedient.
It's actually, I won't say the same, but it's almost the same, in the sense that when you're submissive, you're doing something good.
But there are women who are breadwinners of the family and yet they are still, you don't even get to know about it.
That's when you talk about different characteristic traits. Some ladies want to be submissive. No matter how successful they are born to be submissive. While other ladies, when they are when they start touching fame.
I think I'm going to come back to you on that one. You say that women are born to be submissive because I know when it has to do with money, even though you have a younger brother and your younger brother is more successful than you are as an elder brother, there's this tendency of him trying to
see, I'm
like
about to come
lording
to that part.
over you.
I'm
Do you
about to come to
understand?
that part because when it comes to money, as long as you have the huge majority of money, let me use that word, you tend to be the authority no matter how you look at it.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Dr. Kabiru Adamu. A new study suggests that women who intend to make marriage a goal or a priority should get married down, and scholars consider these women as the smart women. But my question is, which will be directed to you, Miss Yippee Munirat. As a marriage counselor for over 3 years, you've been in that, you've had experience of people who come to you for marriage counsel and all of that. What exactly do you think this is a solution to women who say they want marriage to be their goal, and yes, they want to pick up their career? If they get married and then pick up their career, do you think that is a solution for a successful marriage?
Well, let me start by saying we are Africans, and in Africa, marriage is held as a sacred thing. It's a priority for our parents, for the society, and the rest. But then, as a woman, you don't propose to a man to marry you. You don't force marriage down on men. It has to be the man proposing to you. What if this marriage isn't forthcoming? Would you rather you sit at home, you're not working, but church, you're waiting for a husband that you don't have yet? And I should know that the popular saying that there's no food for a lazy man. So in my opinion, as a marriage counselor, I usually advise young ladies that are aspiring to be married women to go on with their works. If the marriage comes, they'd marry. It might even take longer than expected. Some of them end up single mothers and single. Not everybody's destined to be married. But yeah, Africans would actually tell you they prefer the solution to get married first before going for a career. But what if the marriage isn't forthcoming? So I'll advise go with your career.
We have a high rate of divorce in recent time, and I want to link it down to this question I asked you earlier. Do you think that if these women end up getting married before they pick up their career, and then they pick up their career in the course of their marriage and become more successful while in the marriage than their husband, do you think this has anything to do with the marriage afterwards? Maybe does it affect the faith of the marriage?
Does it lead to divorce or destruction?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it all boils down to understanding and active participation in marriage. Like I usually advise people when they come in for counseling, if your wife is way successful than you are as a man, you have to be more patient, lenient, and understanding with her. And as a woman, if you're way successful than your husband is, you have to learn to cut down on material things. So it's not as if you're buying the posh cars, the posh hair, the posh handbags to rub it all over your husband's face that you can attend to your needs, you will boastful. With money comes pride and little power. So you have to learn to control what you feel, especially when it comes to it, I'm richer than he is. You have to learn to control the way that you boast in his presence. You have to learn to control the way that you buy everything.
Alright, so thank you so much for that contribution. Now, during my undergraduate days, I have this, there's this thing about guys in class. Should I say boys or men? They are not men actually, because most of them are single. But they have this understanding about getting attracted to intelligent girls in class, like girls who are, all the girls who answer questions, the girls who are smart girls, or the brain box girls. So they have this attraction to the girls, but when you raise a question, when you say, do you like an intelligent woman? They'll be like, yes, I like an intelligent girl, I like girls who have brains. But when you raise the question, can you date or can you marry a woman who is more successful than you are? They develop cold feet because maybe nobody wants to marry a woman who is more successful than they are. So Ms. Munirat, you've been in the entertainment industry and you're one of those ladies where you actually look up to, because walking on the streets you have a lot of persons who are the movie fan. They be like, I want to be like this actress, I want to be like her. She has been doing so well in the entertainment industry. Do you think that if this issue of men not wanting to get married to successful women has anything to do with, like, can you just share your experience with us? Being single, being successful, what exactly does it have anything to do with your relationship so far?
Well, thank you very much. First off, I started my career back in 2012.
Okay.
And thank God it's been successful. At least I've reached the peak.
You don't have to say it. We're seeing it all over.
Yes, thank you. But before I became this successful, I actually have a lot of male friends, and I had been into a lot of relationships as well. But then after the career, you find out that these guys who have actually been around you, wanting to have a relationship with you, and then withdrawing, they're actually afraid to commit, because in their eyes, they see you as a successful woman, a strong woman who can provide anything for yourself, and then they're like, oh well, what can I actually offer this lady? And most times, ladies who are actually successful, they don't really understand, just actually want that companionship, somebody they can just rely on and say, oh, I have a man at home. But they believe that once you are successful, you have all the money, you can afford a lot of things, they see it as a threat. So I think that has actually affected my relationship status, because I'm still single now. All the guys are running away. I don't know why.
Please don't run away. Okay, so do you think that money has been a quantifier in a relationship? Do you think money has been a quantifier in a relationship?
Yeah, definitely. Money makes the world go round. You know that. But well.
All right. So let's say
for a successful woman and she's single, she's actually a threat to the man's ego.
Exactly what I want.
Yes, every man is egocentric and full of pride, and you've been so successful and you want to go into a relationship with this man, they become afraid of you. Like, what if I marry her and she turns out to be the boss and she loves over me at home? She starts asking me to do things in the presence of friends and family. She really just like those questions starts to come.
That exactly explains why so many persons think that finance or successful women, money validates a relationship. When you want to date a successful woman, you have to start thinking of the fact that, okay, well, if I want to provide the electricity bill and she has already paid, what exactly am I even doing in the relationship? So it makes them scared of getting into a relationship. Alright, viewers, okay.
I add something to that. I will take it back to the question you asked me first. When you talked about submissive, that's where, when you talk about ladies that are already successful in what they're doing, that's when you know that some men will still go after those ladies, because some ladies are born to be submissive. So no matter how you look at it, not all ladies will try to assert authority over you because they are successful. In fact, let me tell you, ladies that are successful, because of the fear that they will not get, they tend to be submissive.
Okay, so in other words, it has to do with individuals.
Yeah.
So you can be successful and be submissive to your husband. What if people actually do it just to get married, and when they get married, they just start doing
that's life for you.
Alright, that's a question for another day. So thank you viewers for staying tuned to this channel. We'll be right back after this short break. Alright, so thank you very much, Mrs. Hope Okwanachi. Thank you so much for calling. Mrs. Hope Okwanachi is a married woman, and she has aired her own view concerning the issue for today. She says that women tend to exert control over their man by the time they become more successful than the man. Alright, so back to you, Mr. Dr. Kabiru Adamu. You look so young for a doctor. Maybe that's why I'm trying to call you Mr. and all of that. Thank you. So what exactly can you say? What will be your last word to all those out there?
I'm going to give two advice, one for the female, one for the male.
Okay.
Now, my advice to the male is that no matter how you look at it, Nigeria as a country is going through a tough time. So you have to understand that if you have a financially able woman, it's a good thing for you.
So it's a plus.
It's a plus for you. You have to understand that It's just how to work around it to also make sure that you still remain the head of the home. And while to the ladies, you just have to understand that as a woman makes the home. Every woman makes the home, you understand? So while the woman is going around doing all excess things, being disloyal, being disobedient to the husband, there is no way that home is stable. To not hold. So my final advice to the ladies, no matter how you become successful, try to understand that the head is always the man.
Okay, so the lady has to understand that the husband is the head of the family. No matter how much financial heights you've attained, you have to give honor to whom honor is due. And to the men, in this country that we are now, money rules the world generally. So whether your wife has more money than you do, you should try to work around it and understand your wife, and also make the family work by supporting her in her, and also remain the head of the family. So back to Mrs. Kabiru and Munirat. Yes, a legal practitioner. Should I use barrister? Okay, so what do you have to say?
Well, I would like to end this conversation or the discussion rather by advising the married spouses out there to learn to communicate more. As you know, communication solves whatever problem it is that hampers the relationship. They should communicate more, find out what the problem is with each other, and try to find ways to subdue the problem. As a woman, like I said earlier, you should learn to cut down on flashy things in order not to be boastful or be bossy with your husband. And also as a man, you need to understand that the economic situation of our country is very, very bad. And if you have a woman that provides half or even more than what you provide to foster the needs of the family, you should be grateful. You should learn to accept it, but always try as much as possible to be in control. And as for a woman, don't belittle your husband. You should let him be the man of the house.
Alright, so before I conclude, you have to hold on for me, Mr. Okemute, the only single lady in the house. So let's just quickly listen to what the people out there, that's the public, what they have to say concerning this issue. Let's quickly listen to the voice of the public.
Sister, why do you think African men avoid getting married to successful women?
Sometimes I think basically it's because they are scared that the woman will find it probably very difficult to submit to them, since the woman is much more successful than they are. Basically, that's basically it.
Thank you. Hello guys,
Hello.
Good afternoon. You guys are looking like couples.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Why do African men avoid marrying successful women?
Yes, for the right thing. Once women has money more than you do, they don't even listen to you. They'll just look you as an ordinary man on the street. They won't listen to what you'll be telling them. That's just it.
Please answer this question. Why do African men avoid marrying successful women? Okay. Like they want to have power over their family.
Yeah, they want to have control over everything.
And when that is not possible, man wants to, as you know, African man wants to marry woman that knows more than him. That is the major problem. What I think is that there is no maturity and maturity. The men are always scared because they can't handle successful women. They are not being men like that. They are not mature. Like they can't handle the women, so they are always scared of going towards them. Women that Thank you very much.
Right, so apart from those on the street, some people, marrying a successful woman is a plus for the family because she can actually provide for the house. While for others, it's going to bring down the ego of the man. So, Ms. Tiger Okemute, what's your final word? As a single lady, as a successful single lady, you have to put that because you're successful, no doubt. So as a successful single lady, what do you have? What will you say as a take home for everyone watching this show today?
Alright, so thank you. My final words will just call as this. Every man who is in a relationship or who is married to a very successful and educated woman should actually be proud of it. It's something that should be a pride that, when you're with a woman in public and the woman is able to, contribute to important discussions, they should not take it as, oh, my wife knows more than me, she's more successful than me. And, I've heard stories from friends, who tell me that, okay, a man married a less successful woman, who he can actually exercise control over. And at the end, you still have a lady outside the house who is actually a classy lady who is successful, but then they don't see that as a threat because they feel the lady is depending on them.
So they have side
yes, the side outside, but to get married to the person is the problem. So my advice would just be, try to be matured in your way of thinking, and it's not all women, it's because of stereotypes. So they feel once a woman has money, she's in control, she's going to be rude, arrogant. And my advice to the ladies is, men are egoistic, so just in any way you can try not to puncture their ego.
Or rather lost the ego.
Yeah, just do it.
So you have listened, and I'm sure you're viewing right wherever you are, your homes, your offices, wherever you are. This is Hard Diary, and we have been talking about why do African men avoid getting married to successful women. Now, money shouldn't be a quantifier in a relationship. Understanding should be the key. Financial trust and judgment should be paramount in every relationship, coming from the men or from the women. Also, we can also reduce high rate of divorce if men start understanding the fact that money is not everything, and the success of a woman shouldn't be a threat to their relationship. Marrying a successful woman can actually be a plus, just like Dr. Adamu Kabiru has explained earlier. Marrying a successful woman can be a plus if you're able to manage it and also remain the head of that family. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of today's edition of Hard Diary. Make it a date with us next time on this same platform for us to discuss, digest, and always talk about issues of the heart. I still remain Esther Alexander. Bye.
On top my head. Oh yeah, Kevin, not the face.